Well, here we are again. Grítale, Guti in Exile. Hey, you get to see my refrigerator right there from Hook Hall. This is Grítale, Guti in Exile. Again, YouTube. YouTube. We're on YouTube right now. Fucking Zuck, Instagram, does not allow me to see comments on Grítale Guti. So we are here. And at Hook Hall, we're more subdued because my wife is asleep. Here we are again, Lilia. Exactly. What's up, Diane and David G? Michelle Reyes with the songs. Well, the songs have to come naturally to me. I can't just. I do not take many requests. What's up, Andy Hoser, Anthony Carapio Merino? These are the real G's. Pedro Huerta, vamos a cantar. La maestra Katia. I always appreciate your advocacy. Cantando. Wait. Por todas las ofensas que me has hecho, a cabo de dolor que yo veré por las horas inmensas del recuerdo, te quiero dedicar esta canción. Then we go to Pedro. Cantando no hay reproche que yo pueda, se puede maldecir o bendecir. You messed up the words there. Con música la luna se desvela. De noche se tarda y el sol se tarda You totally messed up the lyrics, man. Come on, where are you getting this? Fucking Pancho Barraza or some shit. That's not fucking Jose Alfredo or Pedro Infante. Melissa, hey, what's up, Melissa? Say Elba like the Count of Monte Cristo, like Napoleon, the Napoleon. I am exiled to Saint Elba. That is what Zuck has made me do. Like, I am literally exiled today. I said, look, I'm always going to be me one way or another, but it's not the same. We all know this. The viewership is far, far lower because that's what they want. That's what they want. Who are they? We know who they are. We know it is Charlie Day. Charlie Day wants me to suffer this way. The warden from the Shawshank Redemption wants me to suffer this way, wants me exiled, wants my comments to be seen by fewer people because I could unspool pinche desmadre going on there. What's up, big homie? And Michelle Reyes always like so. And what's a good? Well, Domo asks, I'm making a drink. Well, we know I am not going to drink. That you see here in exile. Exile means you do not have all the access to everything that you had before. So there are no drinking games. I will drink, but I have to have 100 viewers. We're only at 25. Cosmo needs to go out here. Cosmo, what are you doing? No. The comments here are not a cascade. It is just not the same. It is not the same. I appreciate what's up, Samantha. And the real G's, of course, shout out always to the real G's. You all know who you are. Ya llega de donde andaba. Julio Salcedo, oh, the Niners. Oh, my cousins, Vic and Blas are all Niners fans, Julio. It's all sorts of fucked up, you know. Hola, Napoleon. I'm a total patsy, Gabriel Arellano, 1,000%. The Guti uprising. I'm not calling for an uprising just yet. So not just yet. We're far up river now. We love you. Thank you, Maestra Katia, of course. Those Ryans in exile. Respect to the Ryans. Where's Eddie Rivera, Ryan 2.5? And then, of course, Russell Contreras will eventually show up. It's still great here to enjoy the conversations. Great podcast today. Thank you, Anthony Carapayo Marino. Let me share this right now on my Instagram. I'm on YouTube Live. As we see this, it's a damn conspiracy. That's all it is. This is a fucking conspiracy. Let's see. Catch me on YouTube Live right now because IG Live doesn't allow me to see comments. Hold on, catch my Grítale a Guti. Let's see comments because it's a conspiracy. conspiracy. Pinche chingadera. I don't even like to cuss that much. Ooh, terrible LA takes from Mark Twitter. That is funny. Okay, well, that's a whole other thing. Okay, anyways. Oh, well, let me just see these comments. Lilia, well, I know he was talking about homeless people. Let's just go through this. What's up? Get the Mexican recipe. It's a conspiracy. It's what's up. The real G's, you know what's up. El Salvador, you need to cover up that name. Do como se dice? You can cover it and go back to BA Love. Hey, what's going on, Joe? Is it only your account? Hey, April, May, June. I know who you are. No, it's a conspiracy. I deleted the app. I uploaded the app. I updated the damn phone. I did everything, and it is targeted against me for reasons known only to Zuck. I don't know. This is not the same. And I personally think we were getting so big and we're getting the right people that they're kneecapping. It's a conspiracy. I'm telling you, it's a conspiracy to dilute the Guti gang. And look, where's like the 100 people who usually come here? We only have 34 people. And remember, I have a long memory. I have a puppy's memory, as I like to call it. So I'll always remember the real G's. And come on, you folks know people like, or people say I'm this and that and whatever. So, oh boy, Odelia 410 says, any suggestions for masarina I can find in the hinterlands of Bakersfield County that's not Maseca GMO crap? Probably not in Bakersfield. I don't think there's a tortilleria yet in Bakersfield. Although if there's a Vallarta, I'm sorry, but when I go to Bakersfield, you see my my producer is now making fun of me. I got to respond to this, but I would order it from from Alta Baja. We ship. Get yourself some good, not Colonel Truth, although the tortillas are great. Hashtag tortilla tournament. But get the masarina from Hacienda. That's the way to do it. It's a conspiracy. They don't let me see comments now. Ugh. Maybe the phrase gang gave Zuck the wrong idea. No, Melissa, you know what it is? I've said this before. It's because I had a Donald Trump piñata head. Ever since I did that in January, I got a great column out of it. But ever since they did that, that's when we went to the original Exile. That was in January. We're in November now. Now this is popping up all over again. Like, what the hell is going on here? It is just absolutely preposterous. It is preposterous. It's a conspiracy is what it is. It is a conspiracy. Buenas noches, Fernando Iniguez. Like, yeah, the real G's are coming up here. But it's a damn conspiracy. It is. Why did they put it up again, though? They didn't put it up again. Era la piñata, exactly. They didn't put it up again. But they just came back to me in November. You know what it is? It's the pendejos who are ratting me out. I mean, fucking, like these pendejos got a picture of me when I was up in Napa for like a second, picking up beans. Literally, that's where we were there. My wife and I, we decided to take a quick break, and like there's a picture of me with a La Princesita fucking t-shirt with wine, and like all of a sudden I'm a coastal elite. You can call me a lot of things. Elite is like the last thing you'd ever call me. For crying out loud, I'm wearing a Okies Days, Dust Bowl Days t-shirt. Is that elite? I don't think so. Is this comment thing affecting all Instagrammers going live? I don't know. I have not seen any comments about that. I posted the picture that I got that Instagram Live was trying out simpler Instagram. Who the fuck wants a simpler Instagram? We want the damn comments. I want to see the damn comments the way I see it here. That's the fun of it. That's the fun of it. Otherwise, well, like I could do like a radio show. I used to have a radio show, you just broadcast out into the wilderness. Sometimes you do a rant, but most of the times, like you're interviewing people. I like the interactive part. This is why, frankly, this is why I enjoy doing Grítale Guti so much, is commenting, answering questions. Here at Grítale Guti in Exile is a pinche desmadre, not in a good way. I don't know what I'm doing here. We're trying to figure things out. People prompt me into things. I'll see a random question. The pendejos were all up in your Instagram picture comments too. I know, right? They think they're so, you have the mark of the beast when you get that vaccine. Psh, imagine what's going to happen when I get my booster shot, I'm going to have like the mark of the triple beast, 666999 or whatever that damn thing is. Whatever, fucking get the vaccine, Hit up Beto, he goes live. No, people, Joe Bautista has gone live. Everyone has gone live and seen comments and their own thing. I can't do it. It is a conspiracy. It is a goddamn conspiracy. And since we live in their world, I mean, look, if this wasn't fun, I wouldn't do it. This is still fun. I get to rant, and I get to see people that I don't really talk to, but see what's up, 666, I get to do all of that. But the day something doesn't become fun for me, I just drop it. So Zuck, Muck, Meta, pendejadas, you can do whatever you want. You're not gonna quiet. You're not gonna quiet me. You could cancel me. People have canceled me before. How did that work out? Anyways, we got comments here. Let's read some of these comments. What is the most this is an interesting one by Andres. What I know you can see the comments, David Buzanquet, but I can't see the comments, and that's where it's important. But Andres has an interesting question. What is the most expensive thing you have bought for your profession? I mean, I guess a computer, but a computer doesn't really count because it's a personal computer, but I use it. But I bought this MacBook, I can't remember, for $1,000. I don't even know why I got into Macs, but I guess once you get into it, you just roll with it, So the MacBook, but the company didn't reimburse it because it's my personal computer, Airplane tickets can usually be expensive, although I haven't been in an airplane in about 2 years. I don't plan to get one in a long time. I'm not scared of the vaccine. I'm double vaccinated. I'm going to get the third one, and then I wear a mask. I do all of that stuff. I just do not want to be on an airplane when somebody throws a fucking fit, and I am going to have duct tape and duct tape them like it's a freaking bondage thing, where you just have a straw for them, so for them to breathe. But I will get absolutely infuriated if some pendejo throws a fit. So I'd rather not just go on a plane. I'd rather drive. Driving's fun, you just make it happen. So airplane rides, definitely I've paid for over $1,000 just because, I had to go far places. But other than that, pens? I have a theory. Don't buy pens. You could always find free pens somewhere, even on the ground. Hey, the sun bleached out all the all the COVID shit, right? And then you just wipe it down. And then what? I haven't bought a car. Hi, Cosmo. A recorder. I bought a recorder a long time ago that cost about $400, but now you have these, an iPhone. And same thing with an iPhone. I mean, if I wasn't in journalism, I would not. If I wasn't in journalism, I would not be on social media. I would not be on anything just because I'm a nerd. If I want to talk to someone, I call them. But I'd have a cheap ass phone, not this iPhone 13. And yeah, the iPhone 13 is the only phone I've ever bought brand new because I figured, especially now since I do a podcast, I need the best. I need the best. I better not be my appendix. I need the best audio. I need the best microphone, the best possible camera. And I know there's other Android, Samsungs. I don't have time to fucking learn that shit. So I just needed something that was going to be able to get me to do what I need to do, So New Mexico, dude, Geto, if you're going to go, Delilah and I might have some homework for you to do to pick some shit up for us, Did you ever fly first class? I only flew first class once. The paper, I mean, I don't want to the LA Times used to fly everyone first class, but that was back in the days of the Chandlers. But the paper would not allow it. I'm a reporter. I'm not an executive. But one time I flew first class because they oversold the flight, and I'm trying to remember. They oversold the flight, and so they asked us either you could get. No, I think something to the extent they just said you could wait for the next flight, you could get reimbursement, or you could just get moved up to first class, which makes no sense. But I took him okay, and I mean, honestly, it was nice, but it's not pay $400 for that. No, no flight, especially a continental, rather a flight within a continental flight as opposed to international flight. It's going to be different. But if you're going to be on a flight the farthest you'll go, at least the farthest I go, it's going to be from Long Beach to New York. I went to Boston once, but I think I don't think there was a direct flight to Boston, at least not coming out of Orange County. So you had to stop in New York to get I don't even know the connecting flight. I'm already forgetting my airplane lingo. This coming from a guy who used to be on like 25 flights a year, but it was nice. You got to sit back. Oh yeah, the hostesses were the stewardesses were all on you. Oh, what do you need? And they knew my name and all that. Yeah, that was nice. But like, am I gonna pay $500 more for that luxury? Fuck that shit. I'd rather save that and go somewhere else. Like no, not necessary at all. I could imagine you regulating the pandejos on planes. Oh no, I'd be a social media. I'd probably be a campus hero. But my jobs. I have two jobs. I teach at Orange Coast College. I'm a lecturer. Of course, I'm an alum, for crying out loud. And at the LA Times, they wouldn't want me tying people up. I'd get suspended if not worse. I'm not a pendejo, and I'm not that much of a pendejo as well. So April, May, June asks, what is the history behind La Bufa in Zacatecas from the Mexican Revolution? Well, hell, it's El Corrido de Zacatecas, which we now know from the tune of Carabina 30, que los rebeldes portaban, y decían los maderistas que con ellos nos mataban. Con mi 30 me voy a olvidar. Con mi 30 me voy a llevar para engrosar las filas de la rebelión. Si mi sangre piden, mi sangre les doy por los habitantes de nuestra nación. Best part. Gritaba Francisco Villa, donde te hallas argumedo. Tú que nunca te... Awesome revolutionary song. We went to the La Bufa the last time I went as a child to Mexico, which would have been 1987, because my sister was just 1 year old. I would have been 8 years old. So we did go up to Zacatecas. I vaguely remember it. We went to visit, of course, in Plateros, El Santo Niño de Atocha. I don't think we went to Silver Mines, but they were there. Cántame la Guti. Ahua, right? But yeah, no, I mean, La Tomada de Zacatecas was one of the great battles of the Civil War, of the Mexican Revolution. They say the streets were filled with blood, and Zapata Villa was able to take it against the forces of La Cucaracha, or the Por Diaz was already gone. That would have been Carranza. Of course, Villa made the mistake of relying too much on horseback and then going up against Alvaro Obregón, who was a brilliant military strategist, because he got a bunch of Germans to give him a bunch of Gatling guns, which at the Battle of Celaya mowed down the Villistas. A horrible, I could just imagine. I mean, we're such wimps now, but people used to just go in war like, yeah, we'll go on horses, and yeah, all these horses will be killed, and the men, who cares? That's just war, right? But Obregón, of course, lost his arm in combat, had a monument dedicated to it in Mexico City. I think the monument's definitely still there, but the arm was floating in formaldehyde. Has not been there in a long time, because they did not get the Lenin's people, and so the bits of meat were like hanging from the arm. I have a whole essay about it, So chingon, vale. Did you watch Jose Alfredo? I wish it was Jose Alfredo Jimenez, right? Did you watch the Canada versus Mexico game? Oh man, Mexico. This is why Mexico's never going to amount to shit. They cannot win in a hostile environment. They couldn't win in Cincinnati. They could only win in the United States, really, when it's a bunch of fucking Mexicanos cheering them on. And you think they're going to be able to play in the snow? I mean, I felt bad for them. Oh God, like playing soccer during a snowstorm. Of course, it wasn't snowing anymore, but you saw the field had to be completely covered over, swept clean of all the snow, which means it's icy, which means you're not going to get that much traction. And then the soccer ball must have been like a fucking lead weight on your head or on your foot. You saw how dead the ball was. It wasn't bouncy at all. So it was 2-1. Oh man, if that goal, if that last one that like almost went past the goal line, but the Canadian goalie was there to block it. If that would have gone, there would have been an earthquake on a tie. But Mexico just cannot win these hard games. I mean, it'll probably make it to FIFA World Cup, but we're not gonna. I mean, if we can't beat fucking the United States, and the United States, by the way, is a very good team. Like los mexicanos siempre the Pulisic, that they call him a nickname I'm not going to say right now. Then the guy Diti or whatever, Riti from El Paso, who's like total baller and is playing for the U.S. side, le dicen vendido and all that. But like, they're not, Mexico's never going to win. You really think Mexico's ever going to win the World Cup? No. They will never. They won't even make it to the fucking World Cup finals. Maybe they'll make it to the semifinals when Mexico, Canada, the U.S. Co-host a cup in a couple of years. There better not be a World Cup every 2 years, by the way. I would be absolutely preposterous. World's smallest violin, Craig Louie. No, it's just being honest. It's being completely honest. Mexico, I think El Tri is a great metaphor for the Mexican nation. We're small, we're multi-hued, but mostly brown. We are fighters, but then when it comes to the world stage, not really, Very few of us, very, very few of us, sadly. 2026, thank you, Ryan Sharp. On my second drink, is that bad? I don't even have one drink, Odelia, because I'm never going to get 100 viewers. That's it. We have a station ID from Hook Hall. This is Grítale, Guti in Exile. I, Gustavo Arellano, basically ramble for a full hour because I am not on Instagram Live because there's a conspiracy against me. There is an absolute conspiracy against me. I don't know what to do, except I will not be silenced. I will continue my rants, my rambles, and just randomly sing comments here with the questions. And there is no rhyme or reason to it. Since we don't have so many people, it's not a cascade, which the cascade makes it funny. And honestly, what annoys me more on Grítale Guti, and then let me see if I can fix this. Pop-out chat? Is this what it is? You see, if I do pop-up chat, now it's fucking new pin chat. You can now pin a message. Got it. Welcome to the chat, blah, blah, blah. You see, now I could do this like that, but now I'm blocking myself, and I need to see myself sometimes. Let me see. Let me do this. But you see, now I can't really see all the comments. So, no, I do not want to see this. And yeah, I just see it just makes it easier this way. Like with the genius of Instagram is I can see the cascade coming in through here. Let's see what edit does. Oops, my bad. Not doesn't do anything. But 50 viewers going strong. No, thank you, April Mayju. Thank you for all the real G's. I honestly truly appreciate it. Those of you who have met me in person, you know that I'm always trying to be grateful for you being a member of the Guti Gang, for you reading my stuff. I really enjoy it. I really do appreciate it. But it's not 100. I cannot get drunk until we get 100, and I would get faded if we got 100, but we're not going to get there. So Elsa says that phrase epitomizes the beauty of the Spanish language, would never translate the same in English. You see, I don't even know what Michelle. Oh, imaginemos cosas chingonas. It could translate. I'm not gonna I want to see comments, but it could totally translate. Although BA Love is all about the Spanish far more than me. Diane and David G love today's podcast. Overrated. Thank you. Greetings from Chico. Hey, what's going on, man? I know who you are. How's that bar guy up there doing? Peter Pretzington. Hey, Gustavo, do you believe in the land back movement transferring stewardship of the land over to tribal organizations? Sure, why not? Let's talk about it, right? Thank you, Ryan Shaw. Faded. Everyone's with the faded. Okay. Oh, Peter, if you're going to start doing that, like just because you also do that on the other comments, you just put way too many comments. I'm going to have to put you already. I'll just put you in timeout, man. So just chill with the comments. Please don't take it over. You already asked your question. Carlos Zapata. There you go, Sean S. Yeah, I couldn't remember it right there. Let's imagine bitching things. Cosas chingonas, not bitching things. Not in that context. I agree with that. It's not even my. I didn't even make it up, man. That's what just people do. But with land back and indigenous, I mean, it's interesting because a lot of tribes they negotiated treaties, like officially, federally recognized tribes negotiated treaties with the United States government to have reservations. So that is their land. That's what like the signature is. In California, I know there has been land given back by municipalities to not always I tuned in for the first 5 minutes. Not always for federally recognized, but sometimes state recognized tribes. I would say every municipality has to work that out. I think every state entity and whatever has to work that out. How far do you want to go? Well, I think to a certain extent the public will tolerate it, especially if it's like what's public lands right now, private lands. But if you start saying, okay, well, let's turn back the clock and give up all of Orange County to the Ajaxaman people, a lot of people are going to have a problem with that. Even like they will not even have a conversation. It's like the whole thing with reparations. No one wants. I mean, polls show that people want to talk about like approve reparations for the descendants of slaves in the United States, but that's a conversation. When you actually push comes to shove, a lot of people are not going to be happy. A lot of people. So how are you going to be able to navigate that? And I think when you have, I mean, this is what it is. You sounded like an uncle. Well, I'm doing that on purpose. I'm doing. Oh yeah. With this right now. You see, and that's the other thing with the Grítale Guti in Exile is that I get distracted by other things, and it's not the exact same thing. It is absolutely just, it's not the same. It's not the same. I tried doing things. Let me see this. No, but I tried doing things. It just does not work. You see the graininess, although if I do that, let me try to do this. Try to clean this a little bit. Oh, look, I'm more clear than ever. Yeah, right. Tony Patino has is that Saida going like this, doing the dab? That is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. BA Love, totally. I reprimand everyone. I reprimand my own siblings for crying out loud. Some wealth transfer would be okay. Hey, nice rhyming, the new jingle, in and out, in and out. That's absolutely should do it. Now reparations. If one group of people get it, then literally every group of people should. Everyone has been done dirty at one point in history. Yeah, but the United States has done dirty more than others. Come on, this is a country that was built on enslavement, genocide, and manifest destiny. So who are the three groups that got screwed over? And of course, all of them got screwed over. Who got screwed over the most? Black folks and their ancestors who were enslaved, Native Americans and their ancestors who were killed, and then Mexicans. And I'm not going to say like, oh, the land was stolen from us. It was like Mexicans who got half of the United States stolen from it. The United States is a fucked up country. And look, I love the United States. I believe in America. As The Godfather, one of my favorite opening scenes of all time. And where did I say this recently? In one of my columns for the LA Times, like, for me, the United States is the true Americans are always going to criticize it. And the true Americans acknowledge the sins of the past and work to it was on Twitter, actually. The true Americans do not ignore the past, talk about the past, or rather do not ignore the terrible past that this country has done, but works to fix the problems of the past that still resonate today, like land theft, like systemic racism, like all of that stuff. It exists. And for us to pretend like, oh, that was in the past, everyone got it, it's juvenile. It's a juvenile way of thinking. How do we approach those subjects? Well, that's a conversation to be had. But I think on an individual basis, you practice anti-racism. You decry the racism out there. You help out your community, whatever that community is. No, not even community, because you could be a billionaire and help out the billionaire community. Fuck that. You help out those folks. Most of us, if you're lucky, you achieve a certain measure of privilege. Well, you help out those who are less privileged than you. I'm actually going to do a column about that very subject very, very soon. All I can say for right now is just, one of the most I mean, honestly, you want to read someone, read Jesus. Don't read Paul. Paul is just a waste of time. Peter kind of gets boring in his epistles, but like in the Gospels, read the fucking Gospels. You don't even have to be Christian, but just read the stuff that Jesus is saying. The whole thing about it's easier for a camel to go through a needle, the eye of the eye in a needle, than a rich man to enter heaven. Geez, the prosperity gospel sure isn't saying that shit. Like Jesus was a badass, man. Jesus is just all right with me, as the bird song go, and I'm not gonna sing that song. I don't care what they may say. I don't care. Hey, 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 hey. Jesus is just all right with me. Jesus is just all right. Oh wait, that's Carry On My Wayward Son. Sorry. Not my favorite. Oh boy. CRT is destructive to the fraternity that should be what we work toward to have a chance against foreign enemies. What on earth are you even talking about, BA Love? Foreign enemies? Who? China? That CRT? No. All critical race theory does is, look, I am not for teaching kids to be victims. We're not victims of anything. That's not what my parents taught me. The past is that messed up, yeah. So learn from the past and get to a better future. The only people who are dividing are conservatives. Conservatives are the biggest freaking whiners on the planet. Oh my God, they are just whiny. And look, I go after Bocosos harder than most people will. I take credit for popularizing the term mocosos. I did not invent it. But all losers are just whiners. As someone who's been fighting them, and yes, they deserve to be fought for 20 years. I know. And everything that they are the epitome of oh, if you, I know you are, but what am I? Or I know I am, but what you are, you, or however that say that is absolutely ridiculous. But Pedro says, Julius Jones, the receiver, what did he do? Pedro Lopez says, that's what I'm saying. I agree with you. Politics through turn solutions into other problems. I can think of a good example of the state of Oregon with COVID relief funds for over one group of people. Yeah, that's dumb. I mean, if it's addressing a bigger problem, like inequities, well, let's fix. I mean, look, I have criticized affirmative action for its focus on race. I think it should be class-based. I mean, who's more oppressed? A good old boy who's been, Scott Irish good old boy in the hollers of Appalachia, whose family's on fentanyl and not a single person has ever gone to college, even though they've been on that piece of land for 200 years, or the daughter of, of millionaire Chicanos who live in La Habra Heights. I'm not going to name names, but those of us who know, somehow she's more oppressed than a fucking good old boy. No, I don't buy that. Class is really the thing we should all be organizing about, but you can never talk about class in the United States. That's dangerous. Race is far easier to talk about. Oh, imagine if you talked about class, forget it. You think the conservatives are angry now talking about race? Class, olvídate. Absolute olvídate. The guy is about to get executed, Julius Jones. Oh, no, I'm thinking of Julio Jones. Julio Jones, the amazing wide receiver. I think last I checked was with the Atlanta Falcons. I think Julius is the one who wants to be have hands laid on him because he's a Southern Baptist, if memory serves me correct. Someone's going to tell me this. Sean Gustavo is proving my point right now. More Rocosos have publicly gone after your career than the right. Oh, no, B.A. Love. Who has tried to sue me? Who has tried to put death threats on me? Who has come on? You really think Wocosos got? I thank all Wocosos for making me get out of pushing me out of a job that I should have been in the first place. I owe them something. Not a single one of them has issued a death threat. Not a single one of them has doxed me. Not a single one of them. Let's just say I don't reveal everything that I have to go with as a reporter because it'd be crazy. It'd be crazy. You would not believe the stories I would tell you. The Wokoso stuff was public. Most of the stuff that I deal with is private. But the alt right, the alt losers, they're far worse, far worse. And you should know this. You're watching too much EWTN, EWTV, and we'll just leave it at that. Let's see. He's on the Titans now. Okay, there you go. Thank you. Melissa says in France, they do affirmative action according to priority education zones, which are based on economic outcomes of certain neighborhoods. Yeah. And look, in the United States, almost always economics is going to be based on race. It is. It absolutely is. Although I do think Wokosos need to realize there are poor white people. And just because they're going for Trump almost exclusively does not mean we should not try to reach out to them on that class level. And there's great works. There are people trying to do that. I mean, the film everyone should see is Matawan by John Sayles. It's a true story of a coal miner strike in West Virginia. There's Cosmo. I think it was the early 1900s, maybe 1918. But anyways, you have white hillbillies going on strike. They have been replaced. The strike breakers are Italians. And then here comes black coal workers to break the Italians. So you have three complete different groups who hate each other, despise each other. But then through the works of, I think it might have been the Wobblies at that point, but through the works of union, of organizing on class, they are able to unite together to go up against the evil coal miners, the capitalists in this. And the key turning point in a game is baseball. God bless baseball. They get teams together. Everyone's enjoying each other. Everyone realizes on the field, hey, we're all basically, I mean, there's still teams that they're going to be better at once, but we're basically equal. We're on the same team. We're fighting each other. It's a great, even though it's a cheesy metaphor, it's a great metaphor. It works. John Sayles himself plays a fiery, however you say that word, pastor or whatnot. But I think everyone should see that film because it realizes whether you're black, white, whatever it is, if we unite under class, that's the thing. This is why the elites, this is true. This is why the elites, this is why the people in power, both left and right, mind you, they always want to divide us by race because it's far easier for people to say, I don't like you based on the color of your skin. And in this country, we worship money. So get us on class, things are going to happen. Things are absolutely going to be, classic. Or this is where the country truly transforms. But again, I'm going to have a whole column about it. We'll just leave it at that. We will move on. But John Sayles, totally. Fire and Brimstone Peter. Fury, Fire and Brimstone. That's absolutely the description. But I was going for Fury because he's but John Sayles is his cameo. As a moderate, I get very lonely, Odelia. There's actually a lot of moderates out there. You just need to talk to them. But those moderates, I'll say this with moderates. Moderates always tend to fall on the conservative side of things. I think they get scared off more by the left. And this is the problem with the left. And I put this on Twitter. The left always bites off more than they can chew. But the right always chokes on the bone. And if you don't know, now you know. You know. Let's see. Here we go. Did you have ancestors that fought in the revolution? No. That, as far as I know from my mom's side, they told us, mi papa he, may he rest in peace. He said that one time he would have been, they fled the revolution, I'll say that, but that he was 6 years old, that he was up in the mountains up there in Jerez, in El Cargadero, and that the troops of Pancho Villa came and asked him, like, hey, if you had seen someone, and he hadn't. And then in the house of my grandparents, there was like this wooden door that was shattered. And what the story that was told us, it was shattered by Pancho Villa's troops trying to get into a party. So I think, my grandmother's, Mama Chela's parents were wealthy, so they fled the Mexican Revolution. And that's why she was born in Metcalf, Arizona. And mi papa he, well, that's a whole other story. But as far as I know, no. I mean, yeah, everyone's great grandpa rode with Pancho Villa, or everyone's great grandpa was Pancho Villa, right? All these things. There's a lot of mythology, but if you talk to most people, actually, I don't know the numbers, but, Madero should have been the president, but he got assassinated. Diaz was horrible. The people always credit him with modernizing Mexico. But at what cost? At what cost? Zapata, I think Zapata and Villa would have created something incredible because you had North and South. You had that legendary photo. I remember when it was the selfie of Ellen. Back when people loved Ellen. She did the selfie with Meryl Streep and all those people. At the Academy Awards, and then the meme started happening, like the original selfie of Zapata and Villa there with all the troops sitting down, and you see that picture. You want to do the study in contrast. Pancho Villa, all happy, lighter skin. Zapata just dour, Prieto, and that's a good thing. Prieto, 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 and just like stern. And both of them got assassinated within 5 years or something like that. Poor Mexico, so close to God, or so far from the United States. No. Poor Mexico, so far from God, so close to Mexico. It happens. There he goes, Russell Contreras, Emilianex Zapatex. Exactly. Let's see. Bea win-win. He was a cousin to Zapata himself. I am not saying that. VA hates AOC. Absolutely hates AOC. We've talked about AOC before. We're not going to talk about her now. Besides, we have a station ID from Hook Hall. This is Grítale Guti in Exile. I'm Gustavo Arellano. I'm in exile because there's a conspiracy against me on Instagram. I still do this, though. I think next time I'm going to monetize this. If any of you want to give me pinche tips, I appreciate it. Or better yet, go to Alta Baja Market. Here, everyone, go to Alta Baja Market, www.bajamarket.com. Go buy something there. Support my wife. She has an amazing store. She has had, obviously, a tough couple of years because of fucking COVID, but she's here. And she's not a crybaby like some other people. She fucking works with an E, works with a capital E-S-E, That's what you have to do. And again, going back to critical race theory, I'm all for teaching people their history. I'm all for teaching how fucked up this country is. I'm not for saying you're a victim. I'm not for saying definitely not for universal basic income, but that's a whole other story that we'll get to. May go to the wine tasting on Saturday. Oh, you should, Jose Alfredo. I think I'll be there. I know I'll be there towards the end, probably cleaning stuff up. So you should, look, fucking great deal. What is it? 6 tastings. They give you generous pours, by the way. For awesome cheese plate for, what is it, $30 or so? You're not, when I went to fucking Napa, it was 5 wines, tastings, okay, pours, fucking your regular cheese plate. Oh, here's some fucking bread, and here's some olive oil, here's some goat cheese. Fucking set me back $85. What a fucking ripoff. Never gonna do it again. My wife does not rip people off because she's a good person, Ay, pobre Gabriel. Do you think the Dodgers will re-sign Kershaw? He asked again. Kershaw, here's a problem with these athletes. They get these mega contracts, but then they have a lifestyle that they have to support, so they want to continue doing mega contracts. Look, when I became the host of the Times podcast, I'm Gustavo Arellano. I have the mic with me, so I can do it. They gave me a raise. That was cool. But I still live as if I was, when I got to the Times, I got a little bit more money than I used to make at OC Weekly, which was nothing. And thank God for the union that we have, because yet we have union minimums. But I still live my life. I don't even live my life with the money I used to make at OC Weekly. I live my life like I was fucking making the money when I was working at the Family Fun Center, next to nothing. It's funny because I'm looking at my clothes and I'll thread it out. And not even talking about where you could get a sewing machine and put it better. It's just old clothes. This is clothes I've had now for 7 years. I will wear things down because I'm not somebody who's going to be buying stuff all the time. I have my money for when I need it. When do I need it? You never know. You absolutely never know when you're going to need money. So I just save and save and save and save. And so with these players, I'm not making $1 million. I'm barely, I'm not making whatever you think I'm making. Let's put it that way. But Kershaw's what, $15-30 million? You don't need another $30 million contract. Fucking stay with the Dodgers. Get $1 million a year. What, you can't afford a lifestyle of fucking $1 million a year? That's a problem with this country, is that people when they hit it big or when they make it big, they start living like that. No, you should always humble yourself. You should always live as humbly as possible. And look, like everyone's going to have their own lifestyle selection. I bought a house. I bought a house only because the price was so ridiculously cheap at the time. And because I save money. I've been saving money since I started making money. Let's put it that way. I've had a bank account. I think my mommy not made me, but got me a bank account almost as soon as I started getting a job. And all the money that I ever make, I just pour it in there and try to spend as little as possible. My friends have been making fun of me forever that I'm cheap, and they do not say cheap. They say other things that are politically incorrect, and we'll just leave it at that. Codo común regio, right? Let's see who knows that comment, although that's not politically incorrect. So I'm not going to say I live a life of poverty. I don't, of course not, because I'm privileged in that sense. But that said, I do not spend that much money. I will never spend that much money. My only vice is used books, and I buy them for $2 or $3 at a pop. So Kershaw if Kershaw is smart, if Kershaw was truly smart, he'd spend his entire career with the Dodgers, and the Dodgers would sign him. I mean, have him, he could transition like a John Smoltz, become a reliever. Although I don't think he has the mental makeup for that. But instead, he's going to go off. Someone's going to give him some money, $5 million or whatever, and he could try to be a starter because he thinks he still has it. He doesn't have it anymore, and that's the other thing with athletes. Very few athletes ever have the humility to say, you know what, I don't have it anymore, and you quit. Barry Sanders was one. Jim Brown was another. Everyone else, that's why you have people like stumbling. They're sad. They're sad mockeries of themselves. Tom Brady, who the hell knows what he's doing? But eventually Tom Brady's going to break down. It's going to be a year too late, Astros. Fucking Russell, man. Anita Catalina I buy $3 books. So do I. Eres Regio Montano. You know what's up, Keto. Keto knows exactly because she's fucking Ella's del Norte, Ella's de Baja, It's simple with that. He'll end up with the Madres. That's hilarious and all that. So the Dodgers should sign Kershaw. He's a legend, but the Dodgers should have kept Eric Gagne. These organizations also have no loyalty whatsoever, especially their sabermetrics. If sabermetrics says, nah, you're not worth it anymore, they're not going to sign him again. And that's a damn shame because Kershaw look, I used to call him something, but he won his World Series, so I'm not going to call him that anymore. But and maybe that's a fault of mine, but I believe in loyalty. These people give you all that, and sadly, the business never cares for you. That's kind of true, and I think that's one of the big problems that the United States has. There's very little loyalty to people for working. What, I'm going to give you a gold watch? Like, it's sad. There's little. I mean, this is why we put our senior citizens in homes. Like, it's one thing with your senior citizen or someone can no longer take care of themselves. You need constant monitoring, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, like when my mommy was dying, we, us siblings, made a pact, and we 97% kept it that one of us would always be there with her, either in the hospital or at home. And, mostly my sisters, because my sisters are saints. I'm not. But, we made it happen. I just, I don't know. You take care of the people that you love. And I think businesses should love their employees and take care of them, pay them living wages. And, people split, people go on to other places, but like have that goddamn loyal. Sean S says people are too damn self-centered. Society is too damn self-centered. The United States is too damn self-centered. There's this, and look, people are all mad at me now on Twitter, like, oh, you called yourself a rancho libertarian. How dare you call yourself it's like, you're not even paying attention to what I'm saying. I said, I still have to write my essay on rancho libertarianism. I say that's my soul, but my heart is Catholic worker. My heart is 1,000% Catholic worker, and that's a hint, and we'll just leave it at that. People equal society, ha ha ha. Ryan Shaw said that Christian nation can't take care of our most vulnerable. Yeah, that's a fucking disgusting. We can't even take care of our troops. The VA is a disaster. It's an absolute disaster. Like, I did not agree with the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan for many reasons. But that said, if you served for us, we should take care of you. That was our promise to you, and we're not. It's absolutely disgusting. Guti was Rancho Libertarian. I have my essay to write about it, so we'll leave it at that. But let me just say this. The moment I put that out there in the world, people immediately got intrigued. And a lot of people were already calling themselves Rancho Libertarians. And we'll just leave it at that. Katia Cunha, or Maestra Katia says, love the Catholic worker, lived with him for a summer, #respect. We're very friendly with the OC Catholic worker here in Orange County. Amazing. Dwight Leah Smith, absolutely amazing. Melissa, exactly. Sadly, not enough Catholics follow the Catholic social teaching. Yep. Preview of things to come. Let's just leave it at that. Pedro says, sorry to say, but young people entering the workforce don't want to work either. They don't want to pay their dues. I see it a lot. Well, you have the great resignation for sure. But look, whatever, let them. They want to become part of the metaverse. They want to become zombies. Let them. My parents taught me to work. I will always look for the workers with an E. I do not have any time for the flojos. The flojos will come to what they do. And look, if the government takes care of them, okay, fine. Do it. Be a leech. Be a complete leech. I'm busy. I'm busy working with an E, working class whites and POC. I have no idea what that means. The connection's fucking unstable. It's always going to be top shelf. I never fucking half-ass it. It's always going to be work with an E. I just go, though, with whatever the material's given to me. All of that. About how social media should pay reparations to society because of the destructiveness of their practices. I don't know about that. You could always unplug. Leave it at that. Well, you see, again, personal responsibility. Work. Rancho Libertarians love universal Catholic workers. That's hilarious. I don't know what's that blowy thing? Like a cloud. I don't know what it is. Oh, that's a token. Oh, I get it. Token. No, it's called Spark It. We still remember that, right? We Spark It. Totally, Sean S. No, yeah, exactly. What's the military made of? They're not fortunate sons. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't the fortunate one. Yeah. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no fortunate son. Some better than that. CCR was badass, but fucking John Fogerty's legendary asshole. Absolutely legendary asshole. But looking out my back door with a fucking shout out to Buck Owens, man. Straight up. You know how it goes. Let's see, as people come in, the only metaverse I'm interested in is Persona 5. The only metaverse I'm interested in is Grand Theft Auto, man. Fucking getting in a car, stealing a car with Hollywood Nights going in the background. Na, 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 na. It's a Hollywood Nights. That was the ending song to Grand Theft Auto 5. Where on earth is Grand Theft Auto 6? I want to play. Where's Trevor? Where's Desmond? Where's the white guy? Poor white guy. That was such a great fucking game. All the Grand Theft Autos. Although Grand Theft Auto San Andreas was hilarious. Grand Theft Auto the 4, I believe, the one in New York, that one was sad. But Grand Theft Auto 5 was fucking comedy. It was such a brilliant satire of California, man. 1 million tops. Delia 410, yeah, Streets of Bakersfield. Nah, Act Naturally, that's a classic one, Stealing a grandma's whip for the win, Palmerino. Trevor, man. Trevor was fucking trash. He's a fucking desert rat nonstop, man. Puras pendejadas. Let's see. Have you read The Long Loneliness, the autobiography? Yeah. Well, New Frau, Dorothy Day. I have not read it, but I have it. It's out there in my archives. Part in the Cosmo Cavern. It is absolutely right there. BA, wish I could figure out how to do these direct replies. I have no idea what that means. Sean S., my 11-year-old wants Grand Theft Auto. As long as you tell him it's a video game and don't do it in real life, go for it. It's fun. It's fun. I mean, look, there's no nudity. I would say it's PG-13. It's not R, but violence. There's been many, many studies that show that there is no correlation between video game violence and violence in real life. I mean, video game violence. Now, I would keep them away from YouTube because that's where you can see actual violence as opposed to video game violence. That is different. So do not letting me post link. It should allow you BA Love. I don't know why it wouldn't. That's bizarre. Train mission, come on. That is so freaking funny. Comments are drying up. Maybe I should Come on, start. Keep. Oh, wait. It says top chat versus live chat. I want to see live chat. Let's see what that changes. Live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community standards. Streets of Bakersfield is a great song, Sean, but I wouldn't be able to sing it. I've heard it in a long, long time. You are the haha when overhead Cluck and Bell. Prediction of average attendance at the Angel Stadium. Well, they signed Noah Syndergaard, but they're still going to lose. I mean, was the attendance this year? It was pathetic. I mean, during the summer months, when it's speaking hot, I actually want to go to the Angels game. I love baseball. I love going to the games. I mean, what I used to do, I'd go to the games, and since most of them are, I don't care for the team, especially not the Angels. I'd take a crossword puzzle. Oh man, when I used to subscribe to like the print edition New York Times, take the crossword puzzle. I'd do like half of it. I can't do the full thing. I'm not that much of a nerd, you know. But it'll be like what the stadium's 40-some thousand, half of it, it's not going to fill, and because the Angels are not going to win because Marino's a fucking cheapskate. Simple as that. Seems like it's sort of co-opting Mexican American music. Look, if I had a Chicano fucking playing the accordion, that's fine. I have no problem with that at all. Like, what you can't use what's Mexican American music? It's fucking waltzes and polkas. Gee, I wonder where they came from. They didn't fucking come from the Aztec El Templo Mayor, you know. That's funny. Jose Alfredo Gonzalez says, will the bishops be able to hold their tongue after their conference this week? Of course not. They're a bunch of blabbermouths, you know, especially the ones on the more conservative bent, like Archbishop Gomez and Cordeloni up in San Francisco and all that. Whatever. Jesus would not like them. Fuck, they don't like Francis. Pope Francis is an amazing pope. The stuff he says is absolutely amazing, and it bothers these these conservatives who are all funded by a bunch of fucking rich elite Catholics. You know, it's totally disturbing, but I've said too much already. That's just a hint right there. Okay, Gavin 2022. Oh, please no, just go away, Gavin. I don't want Gavin. But no, he's too much of an egomaniac. He's gonna run again. He's not going to. He's not going to step back into his winery or whatever the hell he owns. I don't hate the guy, but like, yeah, basta, like we'll just leave it at no, we'll just leave it at that. I don't think Gavin, I mean, I voted no on the recall, 1,000,000% I voted no on the recall, but I could see why people were upset at him. I've never governed during a pandemic, but I guess I don't like his haughtiness more than anything. Not HOTT, but HAU, like haughty. Like, I just like, I don't like most politicians, period. I've only respected 3 in my life, and they're all women. Try to guess who they are. I wonder if Gavin skipped COP26 to go to the Getty wedding. Well, he showed up at the Getty wedding. There's a lot of speculation in Sacramento about why he stayed, and none of them involve an adverse reaction to his booster shot. And trust me, if that was true, that would have been out already, but none of them. Everything else is like, I have a theory. I'm not going to say what that theory is, but it comes from a good source, and so I'll just leave it at that. I agree he's hot. That's funny. I don't know. He has great hair. I'll give him that much. And he has a great voice. I, of course, came from, was it esophageal cancer? I know he had like a growth, nodes in his throat. That's why he has that. So, Oculus. I have no idea why we're talking about Oculus. Now Loretta said it. Of course, Gethel's just trolling me with that. He was not at the wedding, but at the reception. Or he was at the wedding, but not at the reception. Come on, really, Gettys. I mean, but those are the people Gavin hangs out with, the high and mighty in society. My lawyer's a millionaire, but other than that, like, I hang out with the same fucking people I've been hanging out with since high school. And, oh, by the way, Gabriel, we should go to the game on Friday because I think I want to cover it. Well, if they win, if they go to the CIF final, then I'll cover it. But at least I want to be there, But we'll talk later. 99.9. We all need humility, BA love, 1,000%. All of us. But I agree with your comment. Gavin sucks, but does the alternative suck more? 1,000,000,000,000% it sucks more. I mean, but he's not going to run. The Democrats are not going to run anyone else. He's not going to pull an LBJ on us, and it's not pink eye unless you're trying to call him a commie, which in that case, that's pretty funny, actually. We have hit the 1 hour mark. People love to criticize the people in charge, the boss, the government, whatever. Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. I don't criticize Lou Correa, who's a congressman, my congressman, even though he's in power, because I think he's doing good stuff. He's a moderator. He's not like, do I think he reflects all my politics? No, but I like his common sense, and I like the fact that he stood up to those pandejos who were ridiculing him for wearing a mask, and now then gave him COVID. Fucking pandejos. Exile rips tonight, always rips tonight. My God, Ryan Shaw, you're offending me in many, many ways. BA Loves likes this more because I'm less crazy. Here I'm like more measured and I talk more philosophical things. Look, I give it my 100%. I'd prefer going to the Cosmo Cavern because that's the real unadulterated Grítale Guti with fucking shots. And you're all missing out on all the books that I have, I will talk shit about Kevin McCarthy. Well, we should all talk shit about Kevin McCarthy because he's just absolute trash. Was Elvis Chicano? No, but Mexicans love Elvis 1,000 times. Oh, guys, I'm not going to sing Suspicious Minds because that's an obvious one, but what's another? Not in the Ghetto is a little bit overwrought, but a little less comfort. No. You know what's a good? Well, first of all, Elvis is amazing. Elvis is absolutely amazing. I learned that Elvis was amazing once I started getting 8 tracks of his live performance. Oh, I know one. Aztec Bar, by the way, is owned by a trumper. Oh, see, Ryder. Oh, see what you have done. Yeah. Oh, see, Ryder. Oh, see what you have done. See, Ryder. You see, Sean, you have not listened to Elvis live. I'm not talking about 77 Elvis, but I'm talking about like 71, 72 Elvis. Fucking rocks it. Elvis is no longer politically correct, of course, because he's a white man. But again, you want to talk about fucking this guy, a poor white boy from Tupelo, Mississippi, goes to fucking Memphis and connects with the working class, not just the white folks, but also the black folks. Like, Wocosos don't allow that to happen anymore. Wocosos don't allow for the possibility that white people might be poor, that white people might relate to poor people of other ethnicities or their customs and not want to get. Of course, rich Elvis is like a whole other thing, former truck driver. You know what I'll say to that, Sean? Remember when they had the a contest for the Elvis stamp? Did we want young Elvis or fat Elvis? I voted for young Elvis, but now I would have voted for fat Elvis. But you got to break it down like this. Elvis in Sun Records was absolutely amazing. And by the way, if you ever have a chance to do the Stax record, I have not been to Stax Records. That's something else in Memphis. But Sun Records, Elvis at Sun Records, or the tour was absolutely amazing. The people are very self-deprecating. They're like, oh, we're the place that launched all these legends. And then once the legends, Roy Orbison, Johnny Cash, Carl Perkins, and then Elvis, $1 Million. Although the $1 Million Quartet was Elvis Presley, Carl Perkins, Johnny Cash, and Jerry Lee Lewis. He's like, oh, this is a place where we find legends, and then when they get big, they leave us. They're so fucking great. But Elvis at Sun Records was absolutely amazing. Good Rockin' Tonight. Mystery Train, of course, amazing. And then, of course, Blue Moon of Kentucky. Then once he fucking gets stolen by the Colonel, a lot of that's just drivel. Oh, let me be your teddy bear. Or Little Sister is kind of a creepy song, but like that's a little bit rocker. But then once Elvis just is like, ya viejo, getting it, he wasn't even that viejo, by the way, but like those songs like, CC Rider, Poke Salad, and he's a fucking great song. But which is the one that was like, okay, oh, Hunk of Burning Love, how can you not love Baby, Baby, Temperature, burn a moderation. Look, Biela, of course I'm moderate. I've always been moderation. Tú no sabes tanto de lo que yo estoy así. Critical race theory wouldn't allow. That's not true. I actually gave a lecture on critical race theory, Biela, very recently about how to be a more equitable university. Being me, and people enjoyed what I had to say. So bring it. Of course, am I saying? Here's the thing. None of our heroes are perfect. None of our heroes are perfect. That should be a fucking mantra. Yeah, Elvis hated the Beatles, loved Elvis, or Elvis loved. Of course, Elvis loved Elvis, but Elvis loved Nixon. Okay, and that doesn't make him any less awesome of a performer. It's like Eric Clapton. Eric Clapton's basic, his politics are trash, and they've always been trash. I'm very 100% honest. I never liked him as a solo guy. Well, cocaine, fucking stupid ass song. But when he was in fucking Blind Faith and Cream and Derek and the Dominoes, like fucking some of the greatest groups of all time. I actually think of him more as a session player than as a solo artist. But whatever, I'm not going to deny the fact that he's a great guitar player, even though I don't agree with his politics. You dig deep enough. Most of your heroes are, they're problematic in many, many ways. So J.J. Cale better than Eric Clapton. Ginger Baker, Alice. Hey, what's up, Alicia? Ginger Baker is what made Cream, boom, 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 boom. In a white room. There's a mic. You got banned, of course. IG's trash. They're all bad. Clapton was a great look. Clapton's guitar work was amazing. I'm not going to take that away from him, but I was never a fan. It's just like I was never a fan of Bill Cosby. Way before people started talking trash on Bill. This is way before, of course, the all the allegations about him came up. I remember in the 80s when the Cosby Show was around. I'm like, I don't think he's funny. I think he's weird. There's something about him. You got to trust that spidey sense within you. At least I can trust it because I've been honing at it for a long while. Freudian slip, Clapton, it's perfect. It's also not new, I'm sure, but it's true. It's absolutely true. But what is the Elvis song that I've been thinking? Because I listen to Elvis radio on Sirius XM because I'm an old man that way. I still listen. I subscribe. I don't have a Spotify playlist. Although back when Pandora was a thing, I used to be at the OC Weekly. I'd always be playing Pandora, which was amazing. It was absolutely amazing in the shit that it would pull up or whatnot. Paul McCartney said he would watch Elvis in movies and could tell he couldn't play the guitar very well. Yeah, all Elvis. I mean, he did it very little, But what is the Elvis song that I was thinking of? Not a little less conversation, but Poke Salad Annie, anyways, is a great one, and we'll leave it at that. Suspicious minds of what you're thinking of. You just want me to sing it, fine. We're caught in a trap. I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby. Why can't you see what you're doing to me when we don't know the thing we're trying? We can't go on together. You like how I'm trying to double track myself at the same time with suspicious mind. Suspicious mind. And we can't go on together with suspicious minds. Here we go again. I can't remember it. And yes, I know I could Google it, whatever, but that's a fucking jam of all jam right there. Are You Lonesome Tonight? Oh my God. Are You Lonesome Tonight is such a beautiful song. And of course, I can't remember the lyrics, but something like, are you lonesome tonight? Does your heart feel all right? I won my wife, by the way. I finally won her heart by singing karaoke of the Beatles. That is a Grítale Guti, not a Grítale Guti. That's going to be a canto when the Beatles Let It Be or Peter Jackson's big old Let It Be documentary comes out because the Beatles are like my favorite band of all time. Someone said that the Beatles love Motown. Of course, they remade Please Mr. Postman. You really got to hold on me. Money, that's what I want, of course. The second album. Is that what other Beatles Motown songs did they do? I am trying to remember, but there's what Smokey Robinson, Barrett Strong, and then Please Mr. Postman, which was written by Smokey Robinson, but performed by the Marvelettes. So yeah, of course, I've never listened to. You need to go check them out. Devil in Disguise. She's got the devil. No, that's Devil in Her Heart. That was not Arthur Crudup. I think it was Arthur Alexander. Smokey is a total real G. Oh, Smokey Robinson is one of my favorite artists of all time. People are still talking. Oh, people are still talking about Critical Race Theory. Oh God, Can't Help Falling in Love. Well, that's Elvis. That's not Motown. I'm thinking of Beatles and Motowns right now. And Love You So. You mean, you guys are still crazy little thing called love. I know, Keto sounds like Elvis. Totally. Well, I mean, Freddie Mercury was good. The same love, Smokey. You know what's a fucking jam of smoke? Let's see if I can do this one. Bum, bum, bum. Then we'll leave it at that. Bum, 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 bum. Ooh, no. Ooh, let it be soon. Don't hesitate. Make it la na 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 na. Don't wait. Na, na. Open your heart and let my love come in. I want the moment to start when I can fill your heart with more love and more joy than age or time can ever destroy. My love will be so strong. It'll take 1,000 lifetimes to live without. Wear it down, tear it down. This is no fiction. This is no act. This is real. Na 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 na. It's fact. It's fact. I'll always belong only for you. Each day I'll be living to make sure I'm giving you more love and more joy than age or time could ever destroy. And my love will be so strong, without so that I guess it'll take 1,000 lifetimes to live without. Wear it down, oh tear it down. Ooh, boom boom boom, ba-dum, boom 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 ba-dum. Bam, 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 bam. Once we grow older, no need to fear. As we grow older, no need to fear. When you need me, I'll be here. And I didn't get it. I'll be here. I'll always belong only to you. I forget, but then it goes more love and more joy than age or time could ever destroy. Oh, honey, now my love will be so strong. So strong. It'll take about 1,000 lifetimes to live without. Wear it down. Oh, that is a fucking G song. Gabriel said that the Agony and the Ecstasy was named the #1 oldie song of all time. Let's see if I can remember that one, and then we're done. Oh God. Line. No. What's this all about? This crazy love. How did our two worlds entwine? All right, that's all I can remember it right now. No, Linda Ronstadt did not do Tracks of My Tears by Linda Ronstadt. I love Linda Ronstadt, but no, Tracks of My Tears just did not work out. No, she did Ooh Baby Baby, which worked out even less. James Taylor, Tracks of My Tears was absolutely trash, and we are done. Anyway, this has been Grítale Guti in Exile. We're at 45. Well, okay, the people are sticking here because we started at 20 sub. We didn't get higher than 50 sub, but we're at 45, so that's a good thing. From the Cosmo, no, this is from Hook Hall. This is Grítale Guti in Exile. I still do not prefer it to Grítale Guti, but we're going to do what we got to do, you know? Ralphie Pagan. Oh, God, you want me to sing fucking Ralphie Pagan? Dreams are red are but here I go. Dreams that I wanna make it with you. I really think that's a fucking jam of all things. But anyways, I will say bye to people as we say bye. No, we're over, Sean. See at that. I think with that, me trying to do Ralphie Pagan, we could make it if we. You know that's a falsetto when the women have a deeper voice than the man, right? I really think that we can make it, girl. Bum bum bum. But by the way, the original by Brett is terrible. Buenas, Lilia. You know what's up for Known Best Studios? OG shit right there, Pedro. Critical Art Labo Theory. That's the fucking jam right there, Russell. Good night, Vera de Vera. Craig Louie loves my falsetto, I guess. Later, night. Hey, take care, Lisa. Bye, Sean S. Gracias, buenas noches, Guti. Take care, Fernando, Inez. Good night. God bless all. Peace in the Middle East. You know what's up, Shower Ranks. Eric Stoltz, bye-bye. William Butler says buenas noches. Jose Alfredo Gonzalez, buenas noches. Andy Hoser. Dude, oh, yeah, no, dude, Andy Hoser, I forget who you actually are, Andy Hoser. So, buenas noches, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to go to Keto Mexican right now. Everyone subscribe to Keto Mexican channel. Good night, Emmanuel Pantoja. Good night, Odilia 410. Sounds like Basketball Jones. That's hilarious. Joe McLaughlin, our Rivar, heading to the road tomorrow. Safe travels, Joe. Samantha Black, thank you as always. Hedy Kacha, good night. Buenas noches, Guti Gang. Love the musical Grítale sessions. So you don't even know the half of it. Hey, what's up, David Carrillo Peñalosa? You don't know how many songs I have. I'm a fucking like human jukebox, basically. Riley was here. Later, son. Greg Para, Craig Louie, good night. And we will end on that. Peace in the Middle East.